was very gross. Actually, give me a second. There we are. Give me a second. Give me a few minutes to let the energy drink kick my ass. But I did some grinding off screen, and all I have to show for it is a sylph orb. I need to fix. I need to fix Nanami. I need to have her equipped with the spark orb. I don't know why I took it off her. I know this is where you meet Futch and Humphrey, because when I played this before, someone showed me the exploit where you can get here way earlier than you're supposed to. I'm in a hurry. Would you like to go outside and get some sunshine? It says that there is rare find items that we need, so we might need to restart if it's not there. What can I do for you? Oh shit, yeah. Let's get several of these. There's recipe 26 and rabbit plans number 2. Whatever that means. Oh, Suikoden. You make me do bullshit for no reason. I want to have both the rabbit plans and the recipe at once, but I don't know if that's in the cards. There we go. And we might as well pick up everything too while we're here. Won't you buy it for 7,000 Poch? Yeah. What is... What is going on? Okay. My keyboard was disconnecting. There's a library in harmonious Crystal Valley called the One Temple. Where have you been? My mom caught me. 9th rank. That's a really big sword. Business dog. My friend said he heard a dragon's roar at Rakute Mountain. Ryu needs to get better at communicating. Let's go. That'll about do us. Oh shit, Blackstone with some generosity. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure to see you. 5 gifted subs. As always, any generosity is appreciated more than I can express. What are they trading in here? Some idiot went up Danger Mountain. I really don't like that they sell something called musk in here. It's going all right. We watched Akira last night, which I had never seen before. I think I saw it when I was like 6 years old because my dad had a weird understanding of like what is appropriate to show, what was appropriate to show me. Bless his heart. but basically it was the first time that I saw it last night. I think it was pretty good. Apparently, it's very different, or it's pretty different from the manga. It just cuts out like half of the manga story, partially because it was aired. It came out while the manga was still coming out. But it's pretty good. The animation is exquisite. It's lucky I didn't get traumatized by watching Akira when I was 6. I would have been concerned that I might turn into a meat man. So what So what happened? So what I do is I have a list of movies. I have like currently like 35 movies on this list, and I number them, and I go to a random number generator to pick what movie's coming next. And what happened is that I put Birth of a Nation, like the original one, on there because like I understand that it's an important film, uh, but then its number got called, and I was like, I don't want to watch it, and I certainly wouldn't be wouldn't be doing a watch party of it like I have been. But we called an audible. Birth of a Nation is no longer on the list, and we picked and we did it selected RoboCop instead. Birth of a Nation might be public domain. Birth of a Nation, where to watch? Hmm. You know how like on YouTube, like movies or like just videos in general will have like keywords in the title. For the Birth of a Nation, there's several uploads of it on YouTube because I think it's public domain. But this one is The Birth of a Nation full movie, war crime KKK movie. Oh. Let me This is not something I thought I would be doing today, but let me see if it is. Yeah. It's been in the public domain for a while. Oh no, death weasels. I also let's see. Of course, like a month ago, I watched Blade for the first time because I was told that it was mandatory. It was great. Blade was awesome. Oh no, Falco. No problem, I'll be here. What's Thunder Runner? Okay. Okay, no, we don't need the grind for that. We just got it right out. I think I missed the treasure chest up here. Oh no. Oh, who are you guys? Unicorn plans? Oh no, he's real tiny. so close. To something, I'm sure. Welcome back. Luck favored us, so we do not have to stay in here as long as I feared. Because there was one. I'm trying to get all the special items. And sometimes, like off screen, I had to grind for like 45 minutes fighting the same fucking people to get it one time. But luckily, we're good here. Let's do King's Road again. And let's heal up. It's a bad day. There's a bunch of shit, interesting looking shit that's on sale. That I got on Steam because I was curious about it. And when we're done with this game, we might take a break from Suikoden to play those. We got Vampyr with a Y, which looks interesting. Well, that looks like the right way. This year we have... I'm trying to think of the games we have. There's the new Tomb Raider, there's the Wolverine game coming out in June. There's Control 2. There's this bird, this breasted bird woman. That was not as hard as I was expecting. There's the sound of wings beating super loud and then a roar. Man, Fudge is a Debbie Downer. He doesn't believe. Oh, hey! Imagine the omelet that we could make. Now he can have a replacement dragon. Oh, look at him. He's a little guy. Right, yay. Good job. I think that gives us 63 characters out of 108. And none of that was main story, I don't think. I think this was all optional. We have so many recipes. I did start reading, in terms of comics, I started reading some Godzilla comics. I read one called Gangsters and Goliaths, where it's like this Japanese detective is like having this feud with this crime lord. Except he uses Mothra. to to instigate. It's great. Let's get rid of the guard robe. I didn't look at the Dark Horse ones. I did. The one I'm talking about is from IDW, who has the license to this day. Alright, let's go the long way back to headquarters. Dark Horse did have the license in the 90s. I was just trying to get back to headquarters, to be honest with you. But we have a lot of items we need to drop off. Can we go by boat in this town? So many people in my way, Jesus. Oh man, we can't. Why can we not display the map? Hello? Clockman? Is there any reason to go back to the inn? No. I, of course, went through my Godzilla hyperfixation a few months ago, where I watched all of them, every single one, and most of the movies that don't have Godzilla. I think where we actually want to go to get back is this way. Thank you, Jesus. These are the enemies that I spent 45 minutes fighting to get a single item. I hated it. In a moment. It turns out that was the wrong way. Stupid frogs. Let me look this up, because the reason I started thinking about Godzilla yesterday is because the creator of the Akira manga is connected to Godzilla in a very weird way. I'm gonna pull that up on my phone, but first I need to go use the little person man's room. So enjoy the whimsical dog people music. So there's the idea. Actually, the idea of this music playing while I explain this is funny. So we're gonna go with it. Let me pull up the picture. What in the world? I didn't know this part of the story. So after like 1975, which was Terror of Mechagodzilla, the franchise underwent a hiatus for almost 10 years until Return of Godzilla in 1984. But that was not fully intentional. There were several attempts to get a movie going, and one of them is infamous because it's really fucking weird. It was called A Space Godzilla, not to be confused with the eventual movie Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. Let me pull up this poster. So let me read you the synopsis. Strange signals are detected in Arizona from a dark nebula. Meanwhile, Godzilla washes up on the shores of Japan, dying of diabetes. Scientists are able to examine the monster's organs, including its brain. And after an attempt to communicate with the brain psychically, it's discovered that Godzilla is actually an intelligent alien creature named Roseanne from the Godzilla planet located in the region where the strange dark nebula signals originated, and is pregnant with a child. Against the protests of the victims of Roseanne's rampages, the monster's body is transformed into a rocket to send her and her unborn child back to their own home planet. Once there, Roseanne and her child Lilin are reunited with their husband and father Kunin. The Godzilla planet comes under attack from an alien race known as the Tsunarians. Kunin and the now grown-up Lilin combat the Tsunarian general, eventually emerging victorious. So, what this synopsis doesn't mention is that I think Roseanne dies. But it doesn't mention that they are assisted in defeating the enemy via these Sphinx monsters. And it does not mention that the general, the main villain of the piece, looks like this. YouTube, don't come at me for this, okay? Don't come at me for the big titty lizard woman, okay? Chill out. I don't know why they specified diabetes. And anyway, the creator of Akira was the one. He didn't write it, but he was the one that drew the pictures when it eventually got published in a magazine. But that was, I don't think there was any chance that would actually be made into a movie. But pictured Godzilla dying of diabetes. There's a lot of weirdness. There's a lot of canceled projects related to Godzilla, and a lot of them are weird. But there was a between Godzilla Raids Again, which is the direct sequel to the original Godzilla that came out the year after, there was a hiatus of 10 years before King Kong vs. Godzilla came out. And that was also similarly not the the intent. I'm going to talk to you about Bride of Godzilla now. So, and this is actually a little prescient to the movies being made like today in Big 26, is that this doctor theorizes that Godzilla and Anguirus, the monster he fought in the Godzilla Raids Again, come from something he calls Hollow Earth. You know, and he has a plan to get rid of Godzilla once and for all. And his plan is invent a giant robot woman. And the people he's pitching this to are like, what? And his idea is to have the robot woman seduce Godzilla or something. I don't know what incentive the Godzilla would have to interact with this giant robot woman. But a bunch of shit happens. Oh, okay, the Bride of Godzilla activates and promptly kills Anguirus by tearing out his throat, impressing Godzilla. Oh, wait, no. Then impressing Godzilla by shrugging off his atomic breath. After she breaks the neck of a monster, he sets it on fire in a display of affection, which is a character announces that that's basically a wedding ritual. There's some fighting. They go to Godzilla's cave home, and then the hydrogen bomb inside the bride explodes, killing Godzilla and all the monsters. Yes, MonsterVerse uses Hollow Earth. So Godzilla was created by an H-bomb, so I don't know why that would work. Anyway, let's get back on our big trek home to our castle. They make you take the stairs slowly. Or do they? No, they don't. While we're here, actually, I guess... And that would have been the third Godzilla movie. That would have been foundational in the franchise. And I watched... I didn't actually... I watched most of the MonsterVerse as part of it. As part of my mission. But I didn't finish Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 1, even though I was enjoying it. And now the second season is out. And I learned some interesting information. Well, I learned this a while ago, but, is that the way Toho, the company that owns Godzilla, the way that their licensing works is that you pay per monster, basically. And I think they occasionally have stipulations of how the monster can be used. And what this means is that, well, first in the Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019, it was originally going to end with a bunch of cameos from Godzilla monsters, but the executives were not going to pay those fees just for these monsters to be in 10 seconds of the movie. The other consequence is that in the most recent movie, The New Empire, Mothra shows up, but that was actually not. It was not initially. They weren't sure if they were going to be able to. If the deal was going to come through. So they filmed it with a backup monster called Phosphora. And then when it was confirmed they that Mothra was a go, they replaced it with Mothra. This monster looks like this, by the way, which is pretty neat. Anyway, that's why the Monsterverse is, in practice, is more like a universe that includes Godzilla rather than a Godzilla universe. Let me think. I think that when I saw New Empire, I think that's when I started having pain from my UTI. That might be too much information, I just realized, but that's when I was in the middle of that. I don't think I was aware that that's what was going on at the time. So I was not in a good mood when we went to see it. My dad was like, I've been kind of ambivalent about. I had been ambivalent about every MonsterVerse movie, to be honest. And my dad was like really wanting to see it, so I was like, sure. And then I started having this pain. I appreciate that they just admit that these movies are just action figures. It's now just action figures. They have accessories. That's a good way to think of it, I think. And there's another. What am I trying to say? Oh boy. I think we need to get rid of a bunch of this shit. Hey, wait a minute. It was giving me grief about not having enough storage space earlier, but now the storage space seems to be bigger. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there's a installment of the Monsterverse that I don't think no one that's not super dialed in seems to know about. there's an animated series called Skull Island that was on Netflix, and it was actually kind of interesting, even though its ties to the MonsterVerse are like a little loose. The problem is that until I don't want to have a cook-off right now. The problem is that until Legacy of Monsters... I didn't mean to come back in here. Until Legacy of Monsters, it did not really feel like a universe. They're, like, the connections are, like, designed in such a way that if you don't... that basically if you don't watch these movies immediately after one another, you're not gonna notice it. I don't want to play Whack-A-Mole right now. But Skull Island on Netflix was fun, even though they didn't really market it, because Netflix doesn't market anything. Look at all our aminals. And before we head back, we need to talk to Richmond. And there's a lot, like... For example, in Godzilla versus Kong, the guy that's like... There's a guy that's like designed... His job is to pilot Mechagodzilla, I think. And that guy is the son of Ken Watanabe's character from the earlier movies. And that is not really elaborated on. And I think it's easy to miss if you are just watching these movies as they come out, because there's such a long gap between them. And they kind of just say characters' names, expecting you to remember them from their prior movies. Because in Kong Skull Island, the movie, there's this black guy that's on the team, and it turns out that that guy is in Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019 as like a monster technician that's played by Joe Morton. Those two people that they hired also don't look anything alike, but that's neither here nor there. And Godzilla vs. Kong also had Lance Reddick in it for like 2 minutes, probably less than that. Truly, the people they hire to do absolutely nothing is crazy. Alright, now we're back on our bullshit. Alright, now it says we need to go to Muse, which does not seem like a great idea. basically, we went to this kingdom of knights to like get aid against the Highlands, which are the war criminal enemy. And basically, the king doesn't give a shit, except for this. But one of his knights is like really chafing about just watching these war crimes happen. So we're going to Muse, which has been captured by the enemy. And I think is being governed by Joey, our friend who betrayed us. I'm willing, after I finish Legacy of Monsters Season 1, I'm willing to give Godzilla vs. Kong another shot. It's... What's the guy's name? Let me think. Because Godzilla vs. Kong is also when it started feeling like the Michael Bay Transformers. Oh, that's right. Brian Tyree Henry. That's right. Where they basically, like, in New Empire, they basically just turn him into the stock character that they used to always have Anthony Anderson doing. It's like, come on, man. I don't know what drinking set means. Let's go here and save before we do anything else. So we just head directly to Muse, which was formerly... Well, I guess it was just its own city-state. It wasn't technically the capital of anything. What in the world? Oh my god, a cutscene. What the hell? They're stealing souls now? This is Luca. He's the villain. And he's the worst. And now he's stealing souls like Shang Tsung. There's no sign of life. Help me. I forgot to replace Nanami's orbs. A silver monster, it ate everyone alive. I don't think that the king of Rockland, I don't remember his name, but I don't think he's going to be moved by the giant spirit wolf, because it's not happening because it's not his problem. If it's not happening in his kingdom. I remember the soul, when I was watching all the Godzilla movies, the only exception I made is that I didn't end up really watching the Roland Emmerich Godzilla, because I tried, I watched 25 minutes of it, and I couldn't do it. 98 Godzilla is so consistently annoying. Throw him in the dungeon. Well, this recruiting journey bore fruit, but it did kind of go tits up. Let's put Nanami back here. I don't think this game keeps track of your total, like, soldier count, like, your manpower, the way the first game did, but I'd be interested to know. Because if you recruit everybody, you're, like, the number it gives you during the war battles in the first game is, like, a total of, like, 18,000. The fight begins again. Where do we go now? Is this our room? Why did we wake up in the other room? Kiba and his son support only the crown. Fucking Leon. He was on our team in the first game. Brother-in-law. Joey married the princess? The Highland Army has appeared in Red Eye. Well, now that we have a teleport mage, I feel like there's no excuse to not have better intel. need to check the barracks real quick. To get more intel on this weird Sid guy. Oh, there's Vicky. I was thinking that I don't actually know where Vicky is. Let's use 5, because his quest involves Redot Town. Let's go inside. I hope that we get like I know that we won't, but I hope we get like another mainline Suikoden game besides that mobile one they're making. Much like all Konami franchises, it went dormant because Konami spent like 12 years not making games. Not quite that long, but oh good, this dickhead again. Hello, my name is Klaus. Now, where were we? I want to get back to recruiting people, so let's get through the story as quick as we can. No, thank you. It's the dog commander. Let's move out. Let's actually, is Ridley gonna cause a stink again? Oh, Ridley's not gonna like that. That fucking dickhead. We just taught him the meaning of like friendship and shit, and he flaked on us again. I wish there was a way to speed up these battles too. I feel like we're holding our own decently. Maybe in a hut. Okay. I would have laughed if he was in this room. Girl? Ah, shit. Well, how about that? I escalated quickly. I'll be right back. I really fucking need new headphones. Let's go! They're getting a little close. Okay, sorry about that. Damn, man. Okay. Woo. This is taking longer than I thought it would. No, the music in these games is excellent. I've been using them. I used to use them for my starting soon screens a lot. And it looks like we finally are getting the momentum we need. I actually don't give a shit, much of a shit about the, war battles game mode. It just feels mostly random. I know that it's not, but... Oh, they only have one guy left. Oh, they found out. Okay, it says that we need to have Richmond investigate Ridley, Kiba, and Nanami. I think we're gonna switch games in a second. And play a little of Vampyr. Because it's something I was curious about. Booting up a game without testing it first is usually a recipe for disaster, but hey. Even if based on proven medical knowledge from 1918, sometimes takes liberties when establishing possible links between scientific theories and supernatural creatures. Do not try to cure any disease with any of the recipes shown in this video game. And no rats were harmed during the making of this game. Okay. Let me get this ready. That all looks in order. Let's do normal.
12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found.
That's a lot of
When religion
words.
failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Am I supposed to, like, snap my fingers? Or...
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
There's a lot of stuff. There's some stuff in Suikoden that I'll have to do off screen, is why I changed games. I probably should have ended stream and then started a new one, but whatever. What's going on with you, buddy? I bet we're a werewolf. Second. Don't point at me.
Thirsty. So thirsty.
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no. Mary!
How could this have happened? There's some tearing going on. That should fix it.
This horror. It's a nightmare.
Man, it took you like 20 seconds to fuck up, guy.
No! Please, a moment, let me explain! These patrols are after me. No! No! Don't shoot! This is a nightmare. I need to get out of here.
Man, you can't kill anybody anymore without people getting upset.
This can't be happening.
There's one of those vermin.
No! Please, stop! I mean you no harm. What's going on? Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about?
Shit, where'd it go?
Now, I can defend myself.
Kill that thing! Over there!
Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice.
Can I drink them? I guess not. We don't have that kind of relationship.
Who are you? Stupid beast!
Doesn't like fire, does it?
Sorry.
See them fancy clothes?
No,
This
please,
one's a
stop!
top. Burn.
Who are you?
There's one of them vermin.
What do you want? I mean you no harm. I need help.
Die, you fucking leech!
Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this.
Shut up, beast!
Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's
That'll do the rest of the job.
Just leave me.
Oops.
The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone. I need to find somewhere to hide. Let me go! I need to find shelter. Is
Hey.
anybody there?
We came in without being invited. What the fuck?
What is this place? The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
What in the...
Wait, this one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets, are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
That's impossible.
Is there something further this way?
Brother. What have you done?
Mary! Mary!
Why do we need a flashback to that?
Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
Whoever did this.
I had better remain here until nightfall.
And we have a reflection.
Who goes there? Who's there? Are you referring to me? No! No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now!
There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing. No, it never got easy. This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Madness it is, as mad as the moon, who changes blinding sunlight into a glowing reflection.
Improve your vampiric skills. Drain your own blood to heal normal and aggravated damage.
That voice in my head. If I'm not mad, then it must belong to the one who made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become. These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Here's the leech. Here! My head's spinning.
It's locked.
Oh no, it's locked. Does this unlock it up here? No, it doesn't.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End. Go back home.
Die, vermin! There's one of them vermin!
That strength. A strength I never knew I had.
Oh, this one stinks already. Leech spotted! Watch out, boys!
This shouldn't be possible.
Shit!
Gonna eat you.
Every sinew, every fiber of my being is afire. I feel like a child learning the limits of my body.
Eat your breakfast.
My strength. My reflexes. I'm not human anymore.
The district is stable. Whatever that means.
If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us. I have this thirst for blood.
Yummy rats.
The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it. I can't believe I'm doing this. What will London have to say to me? I've so many questions unanswered. Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum? The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant. Blood. The smell is so strong. There isn't.
All right. I might be back later this evening, but I do need to go do something. And I think we'll continue Vampire then. But I do have to go do something. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by as always. And yeah, everybody take easy and stay safe.